going to get this show on the road. So welcome to today's Wealthier World Mindset Call, 22nd of February 2021. It's your girl Nikki Knows Now, and I'm excited to talk to you about this message, which is who is in your circle, guys. Who's in your circle? Who is in your circle? And we talk about this so often when we say, what do we say here? The network is your net worth. We've all heard that before, right? How many of us have heard that before? Put a 1 in the chat for me. It's not a new statement that we say. It's not something that you probably hear it and you don't even pay attention to it that much now because we've heard it so many times. Your network is your net worth. Who's in your circle? Who are you listening to? And we say these things so often. But I don't think that we really deep it to the level where we actually reflect on our life and take personal responsibility for actually who's in our circle. So what I'm going to do over this mindset call is I'm not really going to give you the answers, but what I will do is I'm going to give you the questions. And I think it's something that we all need to go away and do the work. We all need to ask ourselves these questions. Are you prepared to ask yourself these questions if it means that it's going to help you grow? Let me know in the chats, right? Because these are the questions that I want you to ask yourself when you're looking at every aspect of your life. And as you guys know, I'm not just talking about trading. I'm not just talking about business. This is something that I'm talking blanket wise over your life. And so if I mention, trading, know that you can apply it to your marriage. If I mention marriage, know that you can apply it to your business. This is all across. All right. And so I want to ask you, who is in your circle? Write that question down. Who is in my circle? Who is in my circle? Right? Who is in my circle? Now, when you come into the Wealthier World family, and especially the new people, type in the chats for me. What's the sort of feeling that you felt when you were welcomed into that group chat? Some of you have said to me, oh my God, it feels so lovely. Like it's such a nice environment. You feel loved. The energy is different. Everyone's like excited and giving you, welcome to the family. And you get that kind of energy, that warmth, that love. And I would even say that when you're not used to it, that could almost feel a bit weird, like uncomfortable, like, oh my God, like people are actually nice. Like people actually really like people because I'm not used to that. Like I've been in an environment, I don't know about you guys, but where there's competition or where there's, people don't really want to big you up if you're doing something or you're doing a business and they probably pretend that your business doesn't exist. They don't even mention, oh, how's that business going? Because they don't want to talk to you about it. So when you come into the Wealthier World family, what you come into is you come into a space where everyone's kind of going for the same thing. And so they have no other agenda but to give you love, right? That's what I felt when I came into the circle. Now I want to ask you this, guys, because take away that now, because coming into a group chat of thousands of people is one thing, but who's actually the people in your circle? Who is in your circle right now? And this is what my spiritual mentor asked me. Nikki, who's in your circle? Because you can be surrounded by thousands of people and still feel lonely. Yes or yes? Who's in your circle right now? Now, as you guys know that I'm a Christian. You know that I'm a believer. I'm not here to put anything on you guys. But for those of you that have read the Bible or studied the Bible, you know that Jesus had a circle, right? He had 12 disciples. Most, people of influence, they have a circle. Now, within those 12, he still had a little tighter circle, right? He still had a little inner circle in that 12, but he had a circle. And I was asked, who is in your circle? Who are the people closest to you right now? I want you to ask yourself those questions. Let's go deep with this, who's in your circle? Because it's easy to say, oh, I've got the Wealthier World in my circle, but who is in your circle right now? Who are the people closest to you right now? Doesn't have to be in this business, just in general. Could be in this business, doesn't have to be. Who are the people in this circle? Who are the people closest to you? What kind of counsel, advice are they giving to you? What kind of advice or counsel are they giving to you when you're reasoning with them? So who's in your circle, Bev? Who's in your circle, Kayan? Who's in your circle, Gail? Leona, who's in your circle? Who's in your circle, Cereba? Nina, who's in your circle right now? Do you know who's in your circle? I remember when I was asked this for the first time, I cried. I was like, I don't feel like I have a circle. Anyone feel like that? I felt like I was in a cage. Some of us are in circles, but they're actually cages. What kind of circle do you have right now? Because most people have a circle. You will have your acquaintances, you have your friends, your family. What are those circles doing for you right now? Because this is not a time for you to question who other people are hanging around with and what other people are doing. Because so many times we're so focused on other people. But who's in your circle? Who are you associated with? Who are you acquainting yourself with? Those people that are in your circle, what are they endorsing? What are they associated with? What are they acquainted with? What are they affiliated with? Because those people that you are connected with, ladies and gents, hear what? Whatever they're connected with, they're connecting you with, right? So who have you chosen to be a part of your circle, chosen to be around you, chosen to be a part of your team? When it comes to your circle, those friends, those acquaintances that are around you, are they executing? Are they executing right now? Are they executing with you? What are they doing? Because we always talk about, you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around, but let's really dissect this. Those people, they're your advisors, your counselors, or, what kind of advice are they giving you when you guys are sitting down, chilling, having conversations? Because when it comes to execution, you're only going to go as fast as your circle, right? Now, let me get this straight, guys. You've got to be careful when it comes to that circle. You've got to be careful who you choose. You've got to be careful who you're around. And I'm going to tell you this honestly. Some of us are in circles, cages, that we know ain't right. You know that person ain't right. You've been around them for a long time and you know they shouldn't be around. But you ain't doing nothing about it. Sometimes it's these deceitful people. They smile, but they don't mean well for you. They're around you, but they never come with encouragement. It's always problems, negativity. You know who they are. Now, these people, they creep in, right? You don't even know how they got into your circle, but all of a sudden, they're just there all the time. So they're people that they come into your business. They'll creep into your family. They'll creep into your home, your churches. And they're posing or they're pretending to be there for you. But in actual fact, they have a different agenda. Their intentions are different. You see, these people, what they do is they put themselves first. They're very, what we call as Christians, fleshy. So they think about money. They think about greed. They think about themselves. And in fact, most of the time, they can't help but talk about themselves. And all they do is talk about themselves all the time. They never check in to find out how you're doing. They never check in to find out how your business is doing. They never check in to see how you are. But they are constantly about themselves. They put themselves first. They're materialistic. And all they do is they talk about themselves. But usually, if you look deeper into these types of people, these people are actually people that are broken. They're people that have been previously rejected and they have something to prove. They're people that have previously maybe done some things and got themselves in areas where they may have had some success in the past and lost it, or they may have had a little bit of, credibility. And maybe you think that's why you were hanging around them, but their credibility slowly went down because their integrity went down, or they began to get greedy, or something happened to them where their luck began to change. But they haven't admitted it yet because they think the world it's the world's fault, nothing to do with them. Now, here's the thing. And then they come and chill with us. These people saw your blessing. Now, how many of you know that you're called on this earth to be something great? You're called on this earth for a mission. You're called on this earth for a purpose. There's a reason why you're here alive on this call right now. There is a blessing attached to your life. There's a mission attached to your life. And these people, they see the blessing. They may even see the anointing. They see something in you. Almighty. I didn't even write this part down. They saw something in you. And that's why they're coming around you. Yeah? But now when they come around you, I want you to understand this, guys. Because they're attracted to what they see in you. This time, I'm not even going to go into this time you're all insecure about who you are and you're not really living in your full potential. We're not even going to go there today. But they see it in you. They see it in you. Yeah, there's someone put moths in the chat. There's actually a saying that the anointing attracts flies. And that's a whole nother thing. I did a training on how to recognize your anointing. How many of you remember that anointing one, right? The anointing attracts flies. What does that mean? That when you have an anointing, there are going to be people that are going to come to you. When you begin to have skills, talents, money, positive energy, good vibes, spirit, you got some good things happening with you, you are going to attract all sorts. But now when you attract those all sorts, know that you're not just attracting them, you're attracting their dirty behaviors, you're attracting their bad luck business, you're attracting their nastiness, you're attracting their negative energy, you're attracting that spirit in you as well. So whether it will be their pride, greed, corruption. So when they tell you something and they tell you it's truth, you have to be very, very careful. You have to have what we call a discerning spirit to be able to not fall into a trap that's going to get you away from your purpose. I don't know if someone's getting what I'm trying to say. Let me go deeper into this, right? So if that individual is greedy and pride and negative and doing all these words that, that come with those negative stuff, and they come around and they're now inside your circle. I think one person gets it. Good. I'm going there. And now they're coming into your circle. Guys, when I say these people talk sweet like candy, you know the ones. They give you all the compliments. Where the ladies at? They give you all the compliments until something and all of a sudden you can't see them no more. Sweet like candy. The lips, the words, soft like butter. And you fall for all that. Next minute, they're up in your yard. They're up in your business. They got your password to your bank account. Next minute, they got all this stuff. And you're like, how did this happen? Because you let them in the circle. I don't think I'm explaining this. Let me go back to my notes. They will come, guys. They will come with titles. How many of you have heard, like, you will see someone, maybe a teacher in a school, head teacher. They come with a title, pastor. They come with a title, chairman. They always come with some kind of hierarchy, and then you get fooled. You get tricked. Don't let someone's title trick you, guys. Yeah, they've been around the block, so they know the tricks. You know the people I'm talking about. They've been around the block for a little while, so they know the tricks. And what they say out their mouth can sound so sweet, but inside their heart is black. And if you're not careful, what do? They try to infiliate you. So now you're wondering, everything was going okay. Like, things were not perfect, right? Things were not perfect, but things were going okay. And all of a sudden, since I meet this person, since this person come start connecting, everything go bad. Your bank account goes down. You start get parking ticket. You start lose your business. You start, instead of being on the mindset call, you're chatting to them on phone or listening to voice note. Instead of being on prayer line, you're chatting to them on phone and you're going to link them around the corner. All of a sudden, instead of doing what you're supposed to do, now your daily habits of operation, your income producing activities, the things that you used to do with your kids, you used to read your kids' story at night, but through this now you get distracted. Them little black spirits, you got to be careful because they creep in, guys. And if you're not careful, it comes to suck you in. If you have someone in your circle that only wants, need, you need to get rid of that. You need to get rid of that because that's going to suck you dry. You start to see things don't go so. You start to feel like, oh, I'm not happy with where I am. Your gratitude starts to go. Because you start talking to them people and they're like, oh, I heard it's better over there. Oh, I heard they're doing that over there. All of a sudden, what you was grateful for, you're no longer grateful for because that person, have you ever, let me tell you this, guys. Someone tried it on me the other day. I'm gonna just give a quick testimony. You know, someone tried to sow a seed in my mind to turn me against one of my own team. They try, you see, what happens is the devil will come to try sow little seeds into your mind, right? They tried to say something about somebody. Oh, you know, I don't know if you know about her, but da-da-da-da-da. I said, excuse me? No, that's not true. And I'm human. So, you know, it went on my mind for a little while. Do I think there's any truth in it? No. No. Let me tell you, the devil is a liar, guys. They come to steal, kill, and destroy. And you have to be discerning for it. You have to be discerning for it. You have to be the one, right, that picks up when something isn't right, when someone comes in with that spirit, you got to nip it in the bud straight away. Don't let it surface because it could be so small and all of a sudden it's developing. And 1 minute it starts with a little conversation. Next minute, oh my God, the next minute, boom. Something else happens. And all of a sudden, so many things begin to happen based on the fact that you let it get out of control because you let them whisper something in your ear. We have to be careful, guys. Because we're in a season right now where there's a lot of people on this call making money. There's a lot of people with big goals on this call. There's a lot of people declaring. You got to be careful who you show your trading accounts to. Be careful who you let into your home. I don't know why I'm saying this right now, but be careful who you allow to know where you live. I don't think you guys are getting this right now. The people that you are hanging around, what are they releasing into the circle? What are they depositing into your circle? I heard an analogy from one of my mentors. I'm going to talk to you guys about it. Where the Jamaican people at? If you guys, you know, anybody is a baker on this call, you understand what I'm talking about, right? This is what my mentor said, and I had to steal it. I'm gonna drop it with you guys. You know when you're making the dough, right? When you're making the dough, there's something called leaven that you put in there, right? I see some Jamaicans like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And what it does is it makes it swell, right? It makes it swell. It makes it become bigger, right? You guys know? There we go, leaven. Now, the leaven right? It's not necessarily a bad thing. It helps it to swell. It helps it to get enlarged. It spreads around the whole dough so that it blows up, right? And it's good in baking, right? But what happens if the dough becomes sour? What happens if the leaven becomes sour? If the leaven becomes sour, then the dough becomes sour. Can you eat that? You can't eat it. Now, what happens is when if the leaven becomes sour, now you've got sourdough, right? Because it spreads. Everything about it is spreading in the whole dough, right? So you can't eat none. You can't eat none of that dough. It's sour. Everything becomes affected inside that dough. So what am I saying, guys? If you have a sour leaven in your circle, everything becomes affected. Everything becomes affected, guys. Are you going to risk everything that you have right now because of a sour leaven? You're going to put your family at risk for a sour leaven. You're going to put your marriage at risk for a sour leaven, your children at risk for a sour leaven. You're going to put your business at risk for a sour leaven. We have to be careful, guys. Someone said it's like yeast. Yes. Because some of us, we have such a calling over our lives. We have so much things that we know we're called to do, but you've let in a sour leaven into your life, and all of a sudden you're gone off track. And it could start with just a little tiny word, a little seed that they tried to sow. You got to be able to recognize that little seed. Oh, you're still doing that business thing. Sour leaven. Oh, don't go on the mindset call. Come over to my house. Sour leaven. Let's over leverage. Sour leaven. Quit. Don't do that business. It's a scam. Sour leaven. Some of you got sour leavens around you and you don't even recognize it because you're so used to them, guys. And what a sour leaven does is it comes to contaminate you. It comes to silence you. It comes to take you off track. And you're wondering why things ain't going well. It's probably because you have a sour leaven around you. Someone whispering something, someone in your circle, and you don't even recognize them, but you're now like, oh my God, that's a sour leaven around me. That's a sour leaven. Now, let me tell you about the sour leavens, guys. They come in subtle forms. They're not going to come and go, hey, I'm a sour leaven. They're going to come in subtle forms. Your eyes must remain open. Ask yourself this. What are they telling you to do? What are the things that they're telling you to do? Is it with integrity? Is it something that's going to edify you? Is it something that's going to push you up? Or is it something that's going to bring you back down? Who is in your circle, ladies and gentlemen? Someone said, TV is my sour leaven. Come on. Some of you doing things you know you shouldn't be doing. That's your sour leaven. Who do you eat with? Who are you hanging out with on a day-to-day basis? Who are they? Who are these people? Do they cause you to grow? Do these sour leavens cause you to grow? The people that you're hanging around with every day, are they causing you to grow? Are they helping your marriage? Are they helping your life? Are they helping your business? What are they saying? Is it edifying? Or are they busy bad-mouthing somebody or talking bad about somebody? What are you accepting in your circle? Sometimes you wonder, and some people say, well, I don't think I have a sour leaven. Well, let me tell you this. Maybe you don't have a sour leaven, but maybe sometimes you feel tired, procrastination. You feel like, oh, I really want to do something, but I feel like I can't be bothered, or I feel like, I feel a bit withered. I feel a bit tired. The reason why is because you got a sour leaven around you. You can't grow with that sour leaven. Anybody ever feel like they're finally getting it? You're in your trading, you're finally making progress. Or in your life, your marriage, your partnership, you're finally making progress. And then boom, out of the way. You're getting a taste of the pie and then boom, out of the way. Something happens. That's sour leaven, guys. You gotta think about who you're really listening to. Because you can do the mind work. But if it doesn't come out in your actions, if you're still surrounded by, you're being faithful to the wrong things, it's going to hold you back. Who's that woman that's talking to you about your marriage? Who's that man that's telling you about your business? Now, when you get their advice, does it make you feel better? Does it make you feel elevated? Or does it make you feel burdened? Or does it make you feel more sad, more down? In what way are they edifying you? You see, the problem is, right, and I'm going to be honest with you, most of the time you're sour leaven, everybody around you knows they're a sour leaven. You're just the one refusing to admit it. Your grandma knows, your auntie knows, your best friend knows, your spouse knows. Everyone knows that that's a sour leaven, but you don't know. They're all right. No, it's calm. Everyone can see there are sour leaven around you. Everyone can see they're holding you back. I remember when I had, an old friend, and I told my grandma's like, I told you about that person 20 years ago. Everyone knows. Even you know deep down. See that person that's advising you to not talk to your mum and dad? Not talk to your mum and disrespect your mum. Who are they? Who's telling you how to handle the issue with your siblings? Who's telling you how to handle the issues in your business? What advice are these people giving you? Married men. Any married men on the call? Yeah, coming for you today. See that woman at your work? That flirting game. Sour leaven. Let me tell you that. Yeah? Them little innocent little flirts. Sour leaven. Because that's where it starts. Kayan. Ryan. And next me, you ain't going for a drink. No, me shut you one box, girl. About sour leaven. Everything. It comes in the little snippets. Little snippets. Now, when you detect it, guys, honestly, don't ignore it. Because you know what happens, innit? The more you let it carry on, the deeper it gets. We have to nip this bud. You gotta be protective of your circle. Someone put like a yeast infection. I'm getting joke. Wanna behave yourself. Behave yourself. Behave yourself, guys. So let's summarize this real quick. What is holding back your growth right now? Because if the leaven continues to lead in your life, you're going to have nothing left. Whether it's greed, whether it's no time for people, whether it's influence you to trick people, to lie to people. Some of them sour leavens, they come subtly. Oh, when it comes to joining, tell them that you made X amount. Lies, sour leaven. Little light. Oh, it's just a little white light. Sour leaven. Making people lie on the calls and telling people, yesterday I made X amount and you're still on demo. Sour leaven. And then all of a sudden you see your business start going down. Your confidence start going down. You were so confident before, and then you start to lose confidence. You were so excited before. Then you start to lose yourself. Now, whether you believe in God or a higher being, you need to start praying to that higher being and make sure that you get a revelation on who these sour leavens are. You don't need to tell me. But I promise you, if you have and I'm preparing you guys for higher. higher levels when it comes to success. You can't have sour leavens around you and reach your maximum potential. Be careful when people are sliding in your DM. So you ever see someone, you've never spoken to them before, and all of a sudden you found one text message by them? You're like, pardon? You have to use a little discerning spirit and think, well, what is going on here? All of a sudden, and they don't even say what they want. Oh, hey, bro. Hey, sis. Yes. You want something because I know you want something. You've never messaged me before. You're not just messaging me to say hi. So what is it? Sour leaven. Even before they say it, I feel it in my spirit. Sour leaven. Oh, you guys don't understand what I'm saying. Let me tell you this. Some of you, are on a time limit when it comes to these sour leavens. I'm just gonna wrap up this thing. Like, one more week around them, and it could damage you. You have to make a decision. Lightness and dark can't be in the same place. And let me tell you another trait of these sour leavens, guys. I'm gonna be real. They seem to ask you bare questions. Like, they're going to ask you everything about your life, everything about your business, everything about your marriage, everything about your mentor, everything about your wife, your husband, and you don't know nothing about them. They ain't never telling you their business. And you just keep giving them information. Yap, 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 yap. You know why? Because you're like, oh, no one's ever listened to me before, so let me just go yap, 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 yap. And you're just spilling out your guts, not realizing, why are they talking to you, getting all this information from you? They have you under surveillance and you don't even know it. You are under surveillance and you don't even know. How many people you see looking at your stories and they ain't even saying, oh, congratulations, your business is doing well. They're just looking. So in essence, you have no room for sour leavens, guys. It's time to cut ties. No room. No room. You got to make sure that you refuse to lose what it is that you're going for. And I know some of us, we said this last week, some of us on this call right now, we've been through a lot, right? I'm just talking about me. You see where I've reached so far? I've gone through humiliation. I've gone through shame. I've gone through accusations. I've gone through talks. I've gone through hours of stress. I've gone through counseling. I've gone through court cases. I have gone through so much to get where I am now that I do not have no room for no sour leaving to let me lose it all. Now, you know what you've gone through. I can only talk about me. But are you willing to risk your lineage, your family lineage, just because of being loyal to a sour leaven? We have to make bold decisions in this time. Because you thinking that you're just being nice could actually, how many of you have ever, we got a saying, I'm not going to say it now, but it's where basically you give away something, right? And you don't have it for yourself. How many of you always giving things away and you don't have it for yourself? You have to love yourself enough to know what it is that you deserve. Don't let a sour leaven mash up your business. Be kind to yourself. Love yourself enough to recognize what's going on. We got some multi-millionaires on this call right now. We have some 7-figure, 8-figure traders on this call right now. And I wouldn't do you any justice as your mentor if I did not tell you to evaluate your circle. Not everyone needs to come to your home. Not everyone needs to know where your children goes to school. Not everyone needs to know your life. Not everyone needs to know your details. You have nothing to prove to no one. Protect your family. Protect your household. Protect your mission. Protect your purpose. Protect your mind. Everything that you want is available, but sometimes it's held back from us because the circles that we're keeping, the people that we're having in our circle. You guys remember Jonah, right? You guys remember Jonah when he got on the boat? What happened? All kind of destruction. Man's on his ship, sailing all good, good, good. Sailors having a great time. All of a sudden, what? All of a sudden now, sour leaven come on the boat and everything goes wrong. Who are you letting on your boat? I listened to a sermon the other day that actually said that Jonah weren't even sent over there. Man was sent somewhere else. And he was disobedient and said, no, I'm not going Nineveh. I'm going on the boat with the sailors. But the sailors discerned it, but they still let him on the boat. They felt something weren't right and they still let him on the boat to their own destruction. Some people should not be on your boat, ladies and gentlemen. They mean you no good. And I'm not telling you to get up on, pick up your phone and go, hey, gal, me just realize say you're so I leaving. Me I delete your phone. Come out of my life. And no, come on. Don't do that. I see some of you like, yeah, block, delete. You guys are going all drastic. I'm not telling you to go drastic, guys. Come on. And next week, we're going to go through the relationship technique so you know exactly where to categorize people, yeah? We're going to go into that next week. How to categorize people. Because you can still, you can still have relationships. And you just need to know the level of relationships you're having with people. Because I know some of us on there is thinking 5 minutes. You're like, oh, yeah, I know where I need to call. As soon as we come off there, I'm blocking straight. No. Wisdom. Use wisdom. Every single person on this call right now has a testimony pending. And it's exciting. It's absolutely exciting. I'm ecstatic right now. Now, I've been able to shift some sour leavens from around me. I've been able to shift a lot of things from around me, guys. It's took me years to be able to recognize that I live this life in this body for no one but God and who God wants me to be. And so that may mean, and some people don't understand, because I'm very stern and I'm specific. I know the standard of where I'm at, and people misinterpret that for something else. But it's because I understand that because I'm called to a certain level and because there is something about me that I can't afford to allow. Can you imagine if I had a sour leaven in me and I am going to now come on the call and talk to all of you guys? You see, when you have a responsibility, you cannot have sour leavens around you because you are then going to infect the people that you are responsible for. So now this is not just about you. This is about who you are called to. Because if you are passing on this sour leaven spirit, you have to stop it because you're now going to affect those around you. And that's a whole nother mindset call. Evaluate. Know what you're worth. Know who you're called to be. Ask yourself those questions and I promise you, you will begin to see a shift. You will begin to see astronomical things happen in your life. Extraordinary things that you've not even prayed for start to come in your life. Because until certain people get off your boat, until certain people come out of your business, out of your life, there's certain blessings that you're just not going to get. You can do all the calls. You can do all the trading. You can do everything. But because that sour leaven is there, finish. So with that being said, guys, it's focus and fly time. It's time to focus and fly. We're in the focus and fly season. And genuinely, every single person on this call has the same opportunity. Are we going to be celebrating you next week? Or is it going to be the same sad luck story? The same excuses? The same problems? My mentor said to me, Nikki, I was moaning about something and my mentor said, Nikki, when did that happen? I was like, oh, last week. My mentor's like, Rah, remember the problem you used to complain to me about last year? I was like, oh no, we don't have that problem anymore. My mentor said to me, Nikki, you know why? Because the higher you grow, the bigger you grow, the bigger the problems. If you keep repeating the same problems every year, it means you're not growing. So if you had a financial problem last year, and you had a financial problem the year before, and you had a financial problem the year before that, that means that something ain't right. But if every year your problems are growing, if every year your problems are growing and they're changing, because success doesn't mean no problems. It just means you have to adapt over something else, something bigger. And so the bigger the success, the bigger the problem. But if you can't handle this problem, you're not going to get a new one, because you're still struggling with this same one. You're still at level 1. So now what's going to take you to level 2 is for you to accomplish level 1. You can't get to level 2 before you get through level 1. So I want to let you guys know right now that I've just deposited into you guys. Boom. Not a sour leaven. This is not a sour leaven, guys. You guys just got some positive energy. You got some chairman energy. You got some financial manifestations. You got some increase. Positive attitude in your marriage, positive business situations, positive things happening in your relationships, positive things for your social media, positive things for your trading account, positive things for your family and friends, positive things for your children. You just got deposited positivity. And now you're going to bring that back to your circle. And are you going to exchange that for sour leaven? Or are you going to make sure that you keep receiving this positive energy that you're getting right now? You have to decide that, ladies and gents. I made a decision, and I only want to be poured into with positive energy. I don't want the sour leaven coming into me. Now, if you're someone that knows that you need to go harder, you need to separate, you need to really dedicate, you need to focus, then take this as your warning. Take this as your warning to say you got to make some decisions. We are coming into the 3rd month, which is the last month of the 1st quarter. You made promises to yourself in January. You made promises to yourself in February. And if you feel like those things have not happened, it may be because you're still connected to sour leaven. Now, when March comes, it's going to be a madness. You already know the title for March is March Madness, guys. And we have something special planned for you guys. I told you last week that I really want to share it with you. I'm going to share it next week because I'm too excited. I'm so excited about March Madness. But just know it's going to be a madness. Just know that if you don't make money in March Madness, you see this hat? I'm going to eat it. I put it that way. March Madness is going to be a madness. You got to be in it to win it, though. Make some decisions so that this last month of the 1st quarter finishes right for you. You still have time. You still got life. There's still breath in your lungs. So I'm super excited. I want you guys to do me a favor. Maybe this is not the message that we give on a Monday normally, but I just felt convicted to give you guys this message because there is serious. But can you guys not see the momentum that we have right now? Can you guys not see the amount of promotions that we have right now? And anytime there's a season of growth, I need to prepare you before that sour leaven tries to click in, right?